Hey everybody, how's it going? Let's talk about your home recording studio. Today I'm actually going to enter the world of do-it-yourself effects pedals. I've never actually assembled one of these kits before. My soldering skills are not exactly great. But I was at the Colorado Guitar Expo a couple of weekends ago, and one of the booths there was from RetroTone, and they offer clones of vintage, just different vintage guitar pedals. I had them all set up so you could play through them, A/B them against the originals, a vintage original, and the one that just really kind of captured my attention was his SuperFly, which is a clone of the old, I believe it's a Univox, Super Fuzz. A really famous fuzz that for some reason I'd never heard about. I don't know how. Yeah, so I grabbed his kit, which is just a big bag of parts and a chassis, and I'm gonna give it a go. It turns out this is the most complex kit that they offer. So rather than just jump into it, I actually went on to Amazon, and any of you all that want to do any practice soldering or anything, what I think is a great way to do it is to get one of the kits from either Velleman or I think it's L&Co maybe, and they don't cost anywhere from $8 to $20 or something, but they're just little kits to build just kind of random little things. I bought one that was a little traffic light and one that was a voice changer. I've put together a radio and a microphone and an amplifier and headphone amp. They just have all sorts of different things. They're cheap, it's low stakes, they're just kind of useless little things, but it's good practice for soldering, for actually kind of getting your skills honed in a little bit. So I've put together a couple of those. I put one together this last week before I jumped into this project because I didn't want to risk just ruining this, due to inexperience. But I figured I'd set the camera up, go put it on, time lapse, and I'll see how far I get to this today. I'm on the back porch again today, so I'm subject to the sunlight. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon now. I'll just see how far I get today. I may have to move this inside once it starts getting dark. I have a feeling it's going to take me several hours more than likely. So, well, let's give it a try and see how the SuperFly Fuzz turns out. All right, it looks like we have actually got a little bit of weather moving in, so I'm gonna get off the back porch, move this indoor. So far so good. I've got all of 3 components soldered to the board. Yay! All right, let's go move this indoors. All right, here it is. A few days later, kind of hit a snag with this project. There was one resistor that was the incorrect value that was applied. So got a hold of the company, got a hold of Jim at RetroTone, and he very quickly mailed out the correct one to me, along with a little, a little sorry for the hassle apology on there. Hey, it's okay, Jim. All right, yeah, well, let's get this last resistor soldered in here. And let's get the chassis assembled and everything. Then let's go plug it in and see if it blows up. All right, back in the studio now. Got my Gibson Les Paul Classic with a Burstbucker Pro pickups in it. I'm gonna run this through a Marshall JCM800 into a 2 notes Torpedo reload, into the interface, into Reaper, and then Wall of Sound 3 speaker simulation on there. All right, the only thing between the guitar and the amp is this. Right now, I don't have it plugged in, so since this is its maiden voyage, let's see what happens. All right, I'll go ahead and put the 9 volts DC into it. You know, no input plugged in or anything, so we're not going to get any LEDs. Okay, let's give it an input signal. And let's see if that, hey, all right, we got the on and off switch LED. All right, and we've got the mid scoop or tone adjust. I'm not sure what you call that circuit, but it. All right, well, let's give it an output. All right, let's. I'm gonna put on my headphones so I can kind of hear what I'm doing. All right, let's see if we can just pass a clean signal through it, just straight through the amp, and get something out the headphones and everything. All right, cool. So that's about where I have my amp set. It's on the low sensitivity input, so it's a little, you know, kind of clean, just barely crunchy. All right, cool. All right, well, moment of truth here. Let's turn these guys down. Let's give it a go. Let's see what we end up with. All right, we got some signal. We'll start low. Oh yeah, definitely nasty, definitely definitely gnarly. That's pretty good. So as far as I understand, this is a balanced control. I'm not exactly sure what that's supposed to mean, but let's see what happens if we crank it you know, halfway up. So it looks like, so yeah, that'll turn it all the way off. So it looks like we get a little less low end, a little less mids. And then as we start cranking it up, oh yeah, that's pretty gnarly. Let's go a little higher. Oh man, it's just got that clipping diode kind of sound. That's pretty great. Let's just go all the way up. Oh, I like it. All right, so expander, or I'm sorry, balance, and then this is expander. Not sure what that means either, but let's see what the expander does. Expander's a little subtle in my opinion, but yeah, it definitely gives a little bit different tonality to it. little more highs maybe. All right, let's see. All right, so we got one other switch here. Let me get back to kind of a neutral setting. And this is kind of a mid-scoop kind of thing, so let's crank it up just a little bit more. And then we'll engage mid-scoop. Ooh. Wow, that's pretty badass too. Let's crank them all the way up. Hey, that's actually pretty cool. I have to say I like it. I don't have any effect like this. I've got another fuzz, that Firefly fuzz, that doesn't really quite get into this territory. It seems like this one just doesn't have like a gain kind of setting to it, so it's just kind of balls to the wall the whole time as soon as you step on the pedal. You know, that's cool. It's got that nice, just like overloaded clipping sound that I just can't get with my Firefly fuzz. So I'm pretty actually happy with it. I'm kind of proud that as a first pedal project that this actually turned out okay on the first try, at least as far as I can tell. Hopefully I got the expander pedal or the expander knob all hooked up correctly, even though it seems to have a pretty subtle effect. I'll probably go back through and double check my work, make sure I've got it hooked up and soldered together correctly and everything. But hey, all right, so this has been the SuperFly Fuzz from RetroTone. They're out of Westminster, Colorado, here in the Denver area. And their website is at retrotone.com. Hop on there. They've got several kits. They've got a few fuzz pedals. They've got a few other types of pedals and switches and some kind of, they call them bare metal, which is just kind of a kind of an open-ended thing. You can experiment, create your own circuits if you like. I'm not quite there yet, but I have a feeling I'll probably be picking up a couple more of these just as fun projects. I really like the challenge of putting it together, and I really like the results of getting a moderately priced pedal that's a clone of an old classic. So, all right, that'll do it for me this time. I'll see you again next time.